Can you believe that the Inn in Aspen has seen a 470% increase in sales price over the past decade? That's just mind-boggling, isn't it? Well, we all know that Aspen has had a tremendous run-up over the past decade, and in particular since COVID, but the Inn in Aspen could be an outlier. And I'm going to dive into that today and talk about what's happened over the past decade with prices and why so many people love the Inn in Aspen and what the future may hold. So first off, yeah, there is an outlier. There's a sale, record sale at the Inn in Aspen, and these are studio units. This is a hotel condo. They're 347 square foot units, and one sale just took place at $705,000. Before we dive into the data over this past decade, we also saw a 282% increase just over the past 5 years. And as we dive into this, you're going to also notice how much of a ski slope or snowboard slope, no pun intended, prices have arisen here over the past just several years, and I've got my theories on that. But yeah, first off, if we go back like 10 years, these units were trading for about $150,000 on average. I'm going to put up all the numbers here on the screen, and then as we kind of go through them here, you'll see that they hovered around that 100, 200 some odd $1,000 range. And by the time, COVID hit in 2020 and into 2021, we're averaging about $250,000 a unit. And then what you'll notice, there's some gaps between trades that take place, and like anything in real estate or any hot commodity, it's supply and demand. So when there's not much for sale, prices tend to increase. And so when you see these gaps up here in the chart, you'll notice that after that gap kind of resurfaces to the next sale, you'll see the price increase. And lo and behold, go 2, 3, 400,000, 555,000. Now we have a huge jump all the way up to $705,000 for these studio condos. And if you think you missed the boat already for the Inn at Aspen, there's one on the market today for under 700,000. Maybe you think that's a good buy. Now let's dive into the pros and cons of the Inn in Aspen. What people love about the Inn in Aspen is it's literally a ski in, ski out condominium at the base of Buttermilk Mountain. So over the years, this has been a great place for people to learn how to ski. My wife is now a ski instructor there. Although it wasn't the first place my kids learned how to ski, is one of the earliest. And Buttermilk has got a tradition for beginners, and there's fun terrain throughout. You've got Kayak over on the east side of the mountain for a little more experienced people. But yeah, the Inn at Aspen, great location. Once again, at the base of Buttermilk Mountain, and within the hotel condo, you've got Home Team Barbecue, which is a great gathering place. It's got wonderful barbecue and all sorts of platters and options, and it's got a wonderful bar, and it's a great gathering place for events, for families, for the summertime, fall, winter. As you notice, the backdrop here is winter, but it doesn't always look like this. I'll throw up a photo here of what looked like this past fall. And speaking of this past fall, I'm going to jump into that in a minute. But before I do, let's continue on to the wonderful things or pros of what Inn in Aspen has to offer. This has also been home to the X Games for well over a decade. It's like clockwork every year. The X Games shows up here at the Inn in Aspen, and it's a wonderful event. It's a precursor, obviously, to the Olympics, which just took place this year. And so a lot of the top athletes in the world in, half pipe and all the, extreme sports will be showing up at the X Games here in Aspen just prior to the Olympics, which was just incredible to see these athletes perform. And then on top of that, or compounded with that, it's now home to the Snow League. And that's an event hosted by Shaun White that's been going on over the last several years. Also following that theme of extreme sports, half pipe, which we all know that Buttermilk is a home to that half pipe here in Aspen. And what was really incredible this year is going to the Snow League and getting to watch all the athletes that just competed in the Olympics show up here in Aspen after the games. So that was really special. And then Wycliffe Jane hosted some nice entertainment afterwards and give you a little sample of that. And this guy is super talented. Not just can he sing and play guitar and play piano.
That's you, Sean White. That's you. I watch you defy gravity. While I was sitting in New Jersey.
He also did one of the coolest freestyle raps I've ever seen. It kind of reminded me of Eminem in 8 Mile.
Everybody like ready or not, here I come. You can, let's go, y'all. I'm gonna, take it low. Freestyle, definitely the man. Shout out to my homie from Japan. That's how we do, I'm a true MC. Down with the clique called the refugee. Trust me, this is how I attack. Check the homie, man, his boots are black. I mean, yo, he chillin' with the swag when it come to freestyle. Yo, we do this all day, yo. Trust me, man, you can't pass this. Hey, homie, I like your glasses. That's how I do. I ignite. Adidas and she chillin' with the white. Trust me, man, it's no pull. I like your hat and it says Red Bull. Trust me, I be the iron. That's my man and his name is Solomon. I be the D. Relax, Snow League. Put your hands up, everybody hands up. 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 Yeah, I ain't done. We ignite. I can't front. You're chilling with the white. Wyclef, this is, I'm a pro. I like it, it says Maestro. USA, do this all day. USA, I could do this all day. USA, I could do this all day. Wyclef, I'm from the PJ. Hey, yo, homie, what's happening? Season 1 and it's say Aspen. Trust me, I be the man. And my man, I like your chain. I'm for real, I be the deal. This is how we do, I got skills. Trust me, I'm a microphone crew. I ain't even rehearsed this, I like your tattoo. True MC, when it come to freestyle, I'm the Fuji. Trust me, definitely the one. I'm 53, he's 31. MC, this is how I do it, he's 32. He's 12. 9, put your hands in the air, I'm out of my mind.
Just dropping lyrics right off the cuff. Like, yeah, he's very talented, and just blessed to have seen him perform now twice in Aspen. He actually performed at Aspen High School's fundraiser last year, which was incredible. It just really shows the talent that Aspen is able to draw in. Now, on top of home team barbecue, incredible skiing, X Games, Snow League, etc., those are all, bonuses or pluses for the Inn at Aspen. Now I'm going to talk about the cons. There's not many, but over the years we've looked at investing in one of these units, and it's a great place for family to stay. But now that we're spending more time and have our own place here, we wouldn't necessarily be staying there. But if you as an owner want to stay there, there's heavy restrictions. And being a real estate broker here in Aspen as well as Honolulu, Hawaii, I often get the question asked from investors like, hey, I want to buy a place and Airbnb it. But what happens here in Aspen is you can't really self-manage or throw it up on Airbnb on your own. The front desk is controlled by Charleston Hotels, and it used to be managed by Vacasa. Since they control everything, it's a moneymaker, and they want to have it available not just for revenue, but for these special events, like I mentioned earlier, like the X Games and the Snow League, etc. So, like I mentioned, that's the only downside is just the restriction on use for your own personal use as an investor. But other than that, Over time, outside of cash flow, you'll obviously see that these things have appreciated very well here at the Inn in Aspen. Now we've got to ask ourselves, what does the future hold? Is the Inn in Aspen going to continue this crazy run up in appreciation, or are things going to back off for a while? Historically, I've seen, market corrections where Aspen can slow down. It hasn't slowed down much at all. Although the rest of the country is seeing price corrections in the real estate market, Aspen always bucks the trend, no pun intended. A lot of people might think that type of appreciation is not sustainable. I've got kind of mixed opinions on this. I think jumping from two, three, 400,000, boom, all the way up to 700,000 is an aggressive increase. Whether or not things will level off, I honestly don't know. If I had that crystal ball, I would tell you. However, with that said, the Inn at Aspen is still a fraction of what studio condos go for in the core of Aspen. So as of today, there's one, two, three, four listings on the market, studio listings in Aspen on the market, well north of $1 million. I'm just going to go over these here real quick. And once again, the Inn in Aspen units are 347 square feet. So as of today, there's a studio unit at Winfield Arms. It's 317 square feet, and that's going for $1,195,000. There's also a 300 square foot unit at Independence Square, also studio in the core of town, and that's going for $1,395,000. In addition to that, there's two more units on the market at the Gavilon, and one of those is going for $1,595,000. However, it's a much larger studio at 555 square feet. There's also a 723 square foot studio that's going for 1.7 million, and there is an accepted offer on that one. And on top of those active listings, Aspen Square, which is also a hotel condo in the core of Aspen, saw a 490 square foot studio sell this past fall for $1,785,000. So that's a whole nother $1 million+ on top of what this last record sale went for at the Inn in Aspen. So, are things going to continue to ride? Are prices going to still go up? Now, in addition to the gaps that we talked about with inventory and nothing selling, and we see spikes in appreciation after that, another factor, in my opinion, as to why these Inn in Aspen units have increased so much is this past fall, the building got a complete renovation, a remodel in the exterior, kind of a darker tone on the coloring, etc., which you see in this photo behind me. But that could be part of it. The management company is always trying to increase revenue for the owners. So it may have obviously worked in this standpoint because prior to the renovations, you'll see what the prices were at. Now, after the renovations, you see this record sale of $705,000. To learn more about the Inn in Aspen condos at the base of Buttermilk or any other hotel condos in Aspen, my name is David Buck with Christie's International Real Estate, and I can be reached at 808-371-3509. Aloha.